Good afternoon, everyone. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to stand before you. Thank you. Great Nigerian students! All right. I love Ogbomoso a lot because it's the land of the brave. You know, yesterday they were talking about Ogbomoso being a gateway town, about, you know the story of the Shawns and the warriors. So, I mean, you can't be in this land and not be bold, though. Do you agree with me? Yeah. So, that's how it rolls, eh? All right, so I want to thank the organizers. Please, with a standing ovation, I want also to thank Mr. Jason Damilawi and the entire Innovate team. Please. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. What they have been able to do at Innovate Lab is not a child's play. For someone to be an entrepreneur who has his own business, they have to meet with, clients, deadlines and co. And to hold such a massive program, they will put people together, it's not easy. Sometimes I try to think that how do you guys do this? So that's why, they deserve a lot of, accolades. Thank you so much, sir. All right. Next slide, please. The Konkere story, exploring the potential of concrete. So I want to dedicate this presentation to the memory of two amazing persons in my life. The first is my mother, Taiwo Adesolo. And the second is a dear brother who we popularly know as Ray Baba. Yeah. They play a significant role. My mother believed a lot in me. She encouraged me while growing up not to give up on my dreams. And by the way, I'm a graduate of the fine art department of Ladoke Akintola University. So when I was given admission to this school, I was given accounting technology. I told my parents, they were like, that's a very good course. You work in the bank, you make a lot of money. That's a very good course. But somewhere within me, I was like, no, I don't have passion for that. That's not what I really like. Though I was a science student, but I liked to draw when I was in science class. I do drawings in my books. So I told my mom that I want to study art. And then she really encouraged me all the way. And to the glory of God, our labor over me has not been in vain. And Ray Baba, we met here in Ogbomoso also a couple of years ago, I think around 16 or thereabout, 15, 16, when we first met here in Ogbomoso. And when I came back to Ogbomoso 2021, we've been talking. He used to tell me a lot of things about Konkere. Bro, Seyi, this Konkere drink, this Konkere will go, let's tell a story, let's do this. We talk a lot. And he is the first patron, like the first person to patronize Konkere furniture in Ogbomoso. He was my first customer in Ogbomoso of our furniture. So that's why I'm dedicating this to them. All right, next slide. Okay, so before I go into the Konkere story fully, some people say if you have an opportunity to stand before greatness, quickly leave an impact. So I paint murals also, and recently, with the amazing team at Bizarre Crew, we completed the biggest and the largest mural project ever in Nigeria, Konkere Bridge, Kwara State. That's the picture. It was supposed to be a 2.5 weeks project, but we had some delay on the site. So all what you're seeing, we finished in 3 weeks. Day and night, 3 weeks. Yeah, thank you. Okay, next slide. Let's enter Konkere proper. So what is Konkere Designs? People ask, Konkere, what does it mean? What do you do? Konkere is from the word, is the Yoruba word for concrete. Concrete. Konkere. So Konkere Designs is a sustainable e-commerce, Afro-urban furniture, and lifestyle company that creates lightweight, handcrafted indoor and outdoor pieces from concrete. So for folks who love simplicity and creativity. So we are a minimalist brand. E-commerce simply means that we sell our furniture online. Next slide, please. So what's the problem? So I will just give us a bit of a background story. Remember I said I came back to Ogbomoso 2021 with my amazing wife. By the way, let's appreciate her. It's Oluwaseyi Gbadebo. It's not easy to leave Lagos, so when you are established and you have a business, and then you come back to Ogbomoso, But of course, it was on the Lord's command. When the Lord gives you an instruction that, okay, move, you just have to be like, Father, I surrender. Also, we left Lagos, I can remember vividly, 4:30 a.m. There's a big truck, we pack all our belongings, and my wife was looking at my eye. What are you doing? I said, let's go. When we were coming, there was no plan for what I was going to be doing because I'm leaving my company behind, because I have a co-founder. I'm leaving my company behind in Lagos. I was like, let's go. Because God has placed on our heart to use our creativity, as a contribution to the development that will happen here in Ogbomoso, but we don't know how it's going to play out. So we left 4:30 a.m. that morning, we left Lagos. And then we arrived in Ogbomoso. It was a February. I can't remember the day now, but February. We landed at JD's place, he hosted us for like 2 weeks before we moved into our house. And then, during the period when I was at home, the month of March 2021, I was ruminating. Okay, what can I do? I'm a creative person. I have this gift, I have this talent. What can I do that I would create here locally? It will create jobs. It will contribute to this town's development creatively. So we begin to think about the possible options. And then the idea kept coming back about using concrete. So it was first of all as planters, mini table planters, flower pot. I was like, okay, let's give it a try. I think there was a slide that I showed how we started. Please go to this. Great. You can see the first mold I took, April 22, 2021. This is how Konkere started. I took that first mold and I was like, okay, interesting. I will not forget, my wife was looking at me from the window, from our bedroom. And she later told me that, what are you doing? It looks like a child's play. You're playing with sand and cement. I was like, let's just go. Let's see where this will get us. So I was beginning to be more excited, doing a lot of research and development on the concrete material. How can we make this thing more durable? How can we make it less heavy and stuff like that? The speakers that have gone ahead of me, they mentioned things in common that has to do with mentorship. So I have a mentor who was once my client, Mrs. Uwanmaka Okoye of Easy Office Accessories Limited in Lagos. So when I was doing these things, I was carrying her along and I was telling her about my plans, that I'm working with concrete, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And she was saying, okay, it's very interesting. And then we got to a stage. She gave me a proverbs that really changed the way I see these things. She said, you've been doing a lot, Seyi, with this flower pot. You've been dispensing a lot of your energy. Yes, it's good, but they are very small and tiny. He says, don't be an ant-eater. Be the lion. The ant-eater will do a lot of struggle, to go to ant hills just to pick on ants. And the ant-eater is quite like a big animal. He will be eating on ants. And then she said, be the lion. Go for bigger praise. Don't be picking ants. You can go for the buffaloes and the likes. So she said, why don't we, I've been thinking about concrete furniture. She said, why don't you switch to concrete furniture and see how that works? So I took on her advice and then we begin to explore how concrete furniture will work. There were a lot of, failed experiments initially. But one thing about me is, Lautech has taught me that when the going gets tough, right? Only the 12 get going, exactly. So I was like, hey, I'm going to crack this code. Because as at then, concrete furniture is not a thing in Nigeria. The only place you find concrete furniture is in parks, gardens, outdoor spaces, and you can't even move them. They're very heavy. So I begin to research, go online, YouTube, domestic courses, and I begin to experiment more and more as to the materials, the things that we can use to make this thing lightweight, that will be movable. So, next slide please. So we came up with this. A sustainable e-commerce furniture and lifestyle brand. Handmade in Nigeria, created to last forever. Yes, Konkere is waterproof, is UV resistant, is fireproof, and we use metal base as a choice because it's also rust proof because we put rust proof agents on them, so you can use them both indoor and outdoor. It means if you have a furniture piece, it can serve you a lifetime. Because one of the most used man-made material in the world, when I found out, I was so shocked. The most used material in the world after water. Do you know what it is? It's concrete. I was shocked. After water, concrete is the next most used material in the world. So let's go to the next slide. Okay, so this is just talking about the market size of the furniture, African furniture market and the Nigerian furniture market. Next slide, please. So, we are 22 months in business, starting here in Ogbomoso, everything locally sourced in Ogbomoso. Well, not everything, but majority, let's say 85%. So, we've sold over 500 products, and majority of our customer base are in Abuja and Lagos, and we intentionally sometimes even withdraw our market reach because we are looking at our current capacity. When people come across the brand, they'll be like, what is this? What do you guys do? Is it imported? We tell them, no, it's locally made. They say, where are you guys? Where's your office in Lagos? No, so we are not in Lagos. What do you mean you're not in Lagos? Where are you? We tell them we're in Ogbomoso. Initially, we lost like 70% of customers due to that. They'll be like, how can you be in Ogbomoso and we are doing it? We don't trust you. It's Instagram. You want to scam us. But over time, somebody talked about trust yesterday. They talked about trust. If you're able to keep delivering on excellence, delivering on quality and good customer service, people would actually, the brand will begin to grow in acceptance, and that's really helped us. So next slide. So let's just brush through the gala. Here are some of our products. You can see how they use them. So just brush through, yes. Yes, okay, so that's interesting. So, stay on the side stools. So, we have one of these on the side stools. You can see? Okay, let's go. So, what is our business model? We sell online, like I've said. Website, Instagram. We're talking about sustainable economy through digital transformation. And COVID taught us a lot of things. COVID taught us a lot of things. That you don't have to be, in a city to make an impact. Yes. So, and then we partner with physical stores, the big brands that are doing these furnitures. So next slide. So these are our target audience, the people that we target and we sell to. Residentials, corporate organizations, interior designers. Next slide, please. Okay. Thank you, sir. Next slide. Okay, great. What is our competitive advantage at Konkere? We are the first to market. We're using concrete, and I failed to mention something. Although we've not been using it in all of our products because of the cost of getting the machines to do this stuff, is plastic waste. So we found a way that you can integrate plastic waste in concrete. even making it more lighter and contributing to helping reduce global warming. And ease of use. If you want to purchase our product, we do doorstep delivery anywhere currently within Nigeria. Anywhere. Doorstep, you just order online, go to our website, go to Instagram, just pick what you want. If you want a custom-made design, you just tell us, we make it for you. It's sustainable, I've talked about plastic waste, and social impact. So yes, we are supporting young talent in underserved communities. We've started with one of them today. I will go to, when we get to that slide, I will mention more on that. Quick delivery. If you come to our website, if you order, if your piece that you're ordering is something like this, you get it in 3 to 5 days. If it's a more bigger piece, you get it in 5 to 7 days. But if it's like a bulk order, you get it in maybe like a week to like 14 days, a week to 2 weeks. And it's indigenous, meaning that we use Afro-urban designs on our work. You can see some of the traditional patterns on the piece. So it makes it come home. People can relate with the pieces. People who are Afrocentric. All right. So what is our impact? Yes, this is a joy to me. Wumi was a student of Lautech. Wumi dropped out because she couldn't pay her school fees. She's supposed to be in 300 level, first semester right now with our colleague, but she paused her education when she finished 100 level because she couldn't afford her school fees. And then when she came to us, she's very hardworking, very dedicated, and then we talk. And then we actually asked her, what is your passion? What do you have interest in? My wife engaged her a lot, and then she said she has interest in nursing. As we speak today, we just sponsored Wumi to UCH Ibadan. She just wrote her entrance exam today. And we pray she comes out in flying colors. She just wrote her exam today. Baby, on the other hand, very amazing guy. Here in Ogbomoso, he's a welder. People who see our designs all over, they ask that, where do you make these stuffs? Do you import them from China? We tell them, no. Our workers, every one of them, are here in Ogbomoso. Blame is right here in Ogbomoso. He makes amazing designs, and we put him through, and he gets them. And I mean, it's awesome. Mama Tosin at Oritanera, we don't have these people's picture. Mama Tosin at Oritanera, she's our supplier for all of our paints. You want to use the matte paint, the car paint, anything that has to do with paint. Mama Tosin is the go-to person. She has a small shop, but she was so happy at what Konkere is doing that she invited us to her daughter's wedding. We have Mama Super at Akpake. She sells, equipment, construction stuff and the rest. Baba Lade at Orita, at Taki. Orita is a mistake there. At Taki, that was our cement plug. Anytime we need cement, anything is our plug for cement. Francis at General, Omoibo, is the one that supplies us all our drilling, all of those equipment. Mohammed at Ondeji is our company's painter. We bring him in, he does all the painting. We make sure that, you see, there is no big town, there is only what? A big people, a big person. We make them believe that, see, what you are doing can go international. The only thing that we need is platform. The reason why the West, why they will do things that will amaze us is because, one, they've disciplined themselves on the matter of excellence and they tell their story. And I tell them, you are good. I criticize my team a lot when we are doing production. This thing cannot go out. It's not good enough. I fight them. I said, Nigeria is not our level. We are going global. The question is, can these things stand side by side with products that are coming from the US? That's what I tell them. So next slide. Look at customers' feedbacks. I don't know if you know Trisha Biz. When it comes to marketing in Nigeria, you cannot play with this lady. She came to our stand in one of our exhibitions and she purchased, and she said this and I was so happy. She's one of my mentors now. Next slide. I mean, you can't read all of this, but they are countless. Next slide. Adora. Adora is one of the top person in the creative sector, and she has this to say about our Konkere products. Please, next slide. So what have we done so far? We have partnered with African Nest, which used to be Social Media Week Lagos, the largest gatherings of Africa's innovators and creators. So earlier this year, February, they did a program at Landmark in Lagos. Konkere was one of the community partners. Next slide. We exhibited at the Hotel Expo Nigeria, the biggest hospitality fair in Nigeria. And by the way, one of my very close friend and Oga, who happened to be here too, Mr. Ayojo of Temples, we exhibited here together also, you know. So, next slide. We exhibited also at the Design Week Lagos, an annual convergence of the continent-based designers, just this last month, October. This is very interesting. We are a member of Concrete Corporation, a global elitist group of the top concrete designers of the globe. We are the third African and the only black-owned brand in the group. So in all of Africa, there are only 3 brands that are part of this group. 2 from Nigeria and 1 from South Africa. The other guy that is from Nigeria is a Lebanese. So Konkere is the only black-owned brand in this group. Ogbomosho, yes, thank you, sir. And do you know one interesting thing? If anybody would join this group, you know, they have a program, a convergence in Belgium this year, but I couldn't go because of some family, you know, functions and expectations. If anybody's going to join this group from Nigeria, I am the gateway. They will call me first. So person has called. Do you give your permission? Okay, next slide. So yes, I was part of the Balding Masters Craftsman event that I held in Lagos also this year. I was privileged to sit beside Rumi and if you know the ever prolific Tosin Oshinawo, architect. So I was writing their list and I was talking, you know, I was like, okay, and what do you do? I was like, I'm a furniture maker, I make Konkere, I'm from Ugbomoso. They say, oh, really? So, I mean, it's a great privilege for me to sit among these people, and we are working on some things anyways. Next slide. So, what is the 5-year plan for Konkere design? With what we've done, because we've not even done marketing, it's just playing with Instagram and doing our local work. We've never pushed. We are looking at becoming the leading brand in affordable luxury e-commerce section of made in Nigeria furniture. And right here from Ugbomoso, we are not moving out. There's been many calls. Come to Lagos, you are too far. What are you doing there? You are far from the market. Come to Abuja. We say no, Ugbomoso. So we plan to expand into 2 African countries and the US to open up production base in Ghana and Kenya. And we are looking at partnering with Wayfair, a top home decor brand in the US. So currently, Wayfair reached out to one of their valid sellers. They reached out. But while growth is very interesting, I love growth, but also I know that growth has to be taken with caution. Because if you begin to grow at a faster pace than your capacity, you may begin to make too much blunders in your production. So I'm like, what we are after right now is to get the integrity of the piece where we are very certain that our pieces are top-notch. I can boldly tell you today, you go online, you will not find one bad review about Konkere. Not one bad review. We go to, so one thing about me is right now is I'm not even profit-driven right now. Konkere is not making a lot of profits because bulk of our money is going into research and development and logistics. And I tell my team, see, don't follow money. There's a craze for money nowadays. You know, I'm like, what's that? Everybody just quickly, money. No. Name first. Build a brand, a good name. Let your name go ahead of you. So that when you are coming after, the doors will open on their own accord. Thank you. So I have a broad catalog of product offerings, because people have been saying, your products are nice, but you need to do more. We said, okay, we are working on that. And we want to be established as a to have established a reputation as a sustainable brand by promoting and organizing events on the SDG Goal 13, which has to do with global warming. And we want to have positively impacted 1,000 young creatives, majorly from Ogbomoso, through our CSR arm, the Rose from Konkere Foundation. So that is me and my lovely team. So I have some of them here. Please stand up for recognition. Grace, Ife, and Paul. These guys are dedicated. You know, when people come, they'll be like, maybe you have a 500-man team. And like, no. These are just, some of them are not here. But for me, it's not about the numbers. I can work with crowd. I mean, at Business Crew, when we do project, I work with sometimes up to 60-man team. But sometimes I've seen that I employ this pattern method. You don't need many soldiers. Just to find 300. One man can do the job of 500. And then you bring them together, and then you see magic unfolds. So this brings me to the end of my topic. Thank you so much for the work.